In Paris, the banks of the Seine are a daily attraction for both the city's inhabitants and tourists. The river draws millions of visitors every year, making it one of the busiest places in the capital. To ensure it is protected and safe, an entire community is mobilized and ready for action 7 days a week. Every month, this technician from the city of Paris goes to the banks of the Seine. He takes a sample of the river to analyze it. Over the last 10 years, he's observed real changes visible to the naked eye.
Water quality was not what it is now. The transparency and clarity. Even fish are starting to reappear.
Over at the City of Paris's laboratory, the water samples are delivered for analysis.
Here we have the Pont de Grenelle.
Okay.
In the 15th district.
Industrial pollution levels have been declining since the 1980s, but sewer overflows are still a problem.
We find many things, particularly cases of contamination linked to human presence, especially traces of fecal contamination. These analyses will allow us to measure the concentration.
Water quality is improving, but not enough to allow access to swimmers. Since 1910, the water in the Seine has been scrutinized. Everything is recorded in these archives, including the days when analyses were not carried out. Certain wartime events, for example, prevented samples from being taken.
Power cuts in May 1944, for example. Landings stopped. Normandy landings.
Swimming in the Seine has been prohibited since 1923. Well, not for everyone. These are members of the Brigade Fluviale, the river patrol.
I'm keeping an eye out for any boat getting too close for their own safety.
The swimming drills have been going on for an hour when suddenly a call comes in.
Yes, go ahead.
Someone in the water?
Drowning alert. Apparently a child. This time, it isn't a drill. The dinghy rushes to the scene at 60 kilometers per hour.
We'll get closer.
They slam on the brakes. The patrol has seen a shape in the water.
Passers-by must have called. They probably saw it from a distance and took it to be a real child.
It's better it turned out this way.
Much better, yes.
The Seine's patrol respond to nearly 2,000 call-outs a year. Not all end so well, unfortunately. Nearly 100 people die in the river every year. Saving lives isn't the Brigade Fluviale's only mission. The police also explore the river depths using radar.
There's one there on its roof. There are the wheels.
Using this technique, sunken cars and sometimes even bodies can be located. Some unexpected treasures are buried in the riverbed.
It's a carriage, a little further down. It's not in very good condition, but the structure is still visible, with the wheels, which are pretty well preserved.
More and more citizens are getting organized to extract these carcasses from the waterways. On the banks of the Aubervilliers Canal, it has even become a popular pastime for young people. It's called magnet fishing.
Was it heavy?
That was a heavy one.
Are you pleased when you pull something out?
Well, it's out of the water, so yeah, it's very satisfying.
Motorcycles, scooters, bicycles. The canal is full of them. A magnet is used to locate them, then a grappling hook does the rest.
What with all the bikes, scooters, etc., a grappling hook gives you a good grip.
The bubbles on the surface are a sign that the waste is coming out of the mud. Last year, these young people dragged out 11 tons of scrap metal from Paris waterways.
You always hope to find something historic, rare or valuable, but it's basically an ecological approach aimed at cleaning up the environment.
Part of the loot is sold to scrap metal dealers. But before parting with it, a photo has to be taken. Will swimmers ever be allowed to take a dip in these waters cleared of pollutants and waste? The Paris 2024 Olympic Games Committee, meanwhile, has decided to stage freestyle events in the Seine. Proof, if it were needed, that nature is gradually reclaiming the upper hand in the capital's river.